Dire team ban. Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick. Ten seconds remaining.
War Chief.
Radiant team pick.
Disruptor. Slaughter.
Dire team pick.
Rubik.
Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Little interesting seeing to get first pick overall this time. Of course, we've seen them with the either the Earth Spirit and Slardar, or Slardar that is in all 3 games today for Warriors Gaming. So no immediate go into the most important position for roamers. And I think CG probably knew this was going to happen, I would guess, by the fact they banned the Earth Spirit and then the Ogre. So they knew that Warriors Game would either pick the Centaur or the Slardar, and they would get the other. And this limits those roaming possibilities from WG. Even the Sven's actually kind of smart ban too, because it's not only that Warcry for, as a position 1, but you can also run position 4 Sven pretty successfully against minus armor strats, and the position 4 pool, once again, is getting lower and lower. I mean, even Weaver's gone now, who we'll see there sometimes too.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, very strong here right now too. Of course, I guess banned first phase all 3 of our first games this morning, so we won't be finding him here today. We do have the Boombox hero already decided. We have Disruptor, we have our Slardar. So obviously they're going to be the 4 or possibly the 3 there for Rappy. Tagged up as Hannah. That guy played exceptionally well so far in this tournament. They didn't have any luck against Faceless, obviously, as they went down 2-0. But CG certainly looking to go into the right back into that final. Head right back on up to face up against Faceless tomorrow.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Luna. Dire team pick.
There's potential setup, I suppose, right? If you really wanted to go back for the Shadow
10
Demon. We don't
seconds
actually see SC
remaining.
Luna too much, but Rappy could just hop onto the slider. This could be one of those times where it's
seconds
more beneficial
remaining.
to do that. But there's still a decent offlaner pool left. We've only
Reserve
lost
time.
the Darkseer and the Centaur, so not too big of a deal. We can just move into some of those other heroes, perhaps your Legion commanders, maybe opting in towards what we have left. The they played a lot of Centaur lately for themselves too. I guess we still have like Axe Timber, those kind of heroes there for Rappy. So we'll have to find out exactly what they want to do with their Luna. I think they were kind of forcing their picking their one here, I would say. I don't think you want to give away where the slider is going to go or necessarily decide for yourself where he'll be either.
Radiant
And
team pick.
an OD choice here, almost as much of a deny pick as it is a pick for themselves here. Yeah.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
He works very well for the roamer too, because they don't have their position 4 available for WG, and we talked about how a lot of them have been banned out. Now with the setup from an OD, you can move into something like even a Nyx Assassin or something. Position 4 can work if it ends up countering something that clutch gamers go for. It even helps the earlier rotations from the Centaur if he gets forced out of lane somehow, because we saw how much we had that struggle from Velo in game 3, right? Or was he on the Centaur? Or game 2, I suppose it was, when he was on the Centaur and he got forced out. And speaking of the devil, I mean, OD comes to the conversation, so Nyx comes to the brain, and CG will snag it up for themselves. So that secures Rappy's hero. Slider will be in position 4, and we look towards our mid versus OD left in the pool.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Yeah.
Omni-Knight.
Radiant team ban.
Interesting pick, though. Because now that means they're not going to have any pressure on the mid lane. And if you're up against an OD, you basically just want to like make sure you can utilize your jungle a little bit too. Like you're on Radiant side, so you just kind of want to run away from OD, not have to deal with them too much. I think Invoker will be fine. We've seen some teams even go back for the Ember, even up against OD, despite it being like a ridiculous counter. If there's no position 4 like pressuring in and you just want to like head to the jungle, there is that potential. There's the Alchemist, who could be very strong in this situation for clutch gamers, I would say. Like who's going to come mid and mess with you besides the OD? Like, yes, he's annoying, but you don't really have that much to worry about, honestly.
10 seconds remaining.
I was looking at that. Is it a crab? Is it supposed to be like a lobster crab shell kind of thing?
Reserve time.
Yeah, I was eyeing that myself. Actually, I was a little confused. But final ban here. Let's see what clutch gamers want. What they shall do. I guess. Well, we've already talked enough about their whole mid idea. Assume mid position 1 for Warriors Gaming. The Drow would have been pretty handy. Make OD even more powerful and potent. And I guess they have to choose now too. So a little bit of a tough call here. They can make a deny play, perhaps. Maybe take the Invoker for themselves. Oh, sorry. Wait, right. We're back to top. I was discussing, right? My bad. Wow.
Dire team pick.
How good Ember is at farming the jungle, guys. They still ban Ember. They're just like, you know what? Screw it. Even though we have OD, it's considered like the best against Ember in lane. does leave the Tinker, though, who we always talk
10
about as being that
seconds
big ban
remaining.
out. But we'll see. I think it could work okay with Clutch
5
Gamers lineup if
seconds
they want to opt
remaining.
in towards it. Has a lot of the same qualities as the Alchemist or the Ember in terms of like farming jungle and stuff too. So
Reserve
probably
time.
something along those lines for CG. And oh yeah, they have a good Tinker player for sure. So Mr. Armel's played a lot of good heroes this tournament, and he's been playing some other tournaments too. I've definitely seen them win a game on Tinker. So see here. I think a PA would be kind of sick here for Warriors because they have the Omni Knight already. She'll be in the safe lane. She can jump on top of the Luna, and with Repel, they have nothing that goes through the BKB. Plus, they're using a
10
lot of physical
seconds
damage because you're
remaining.
buffing with Corrosive Haze and the Lunar Blessing, and that gives a lot of bonus to your evasion. But instead, they go for
Radiant
Jug.
team pick. Ten seconds remaining.
Yeah. Yeah, it's certainly much safer than something like PA.
5
You know, if you go
seconds
into a fight
remaining.
and you get Sackstormed, you do just like lose the game. So there's undoubtedly a little bit of risk in that sort of a play. And there he is, Dink. Uh,
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
They already did what feels like a long day with that one match already. And here we go again. So TP start. Oh, where's this one going? Down bottom. Oh, look at that lovely animation of that Centaur War Rider down there. He's TPing the shrine. So, oh, by the way, I did do the investigation. You can see that on the thing, you can see the 4 horns, right? So it is the cosmetics. The cosmetics do show. There you go, guys. We're learning about this new feature, but we still don't know about the size thing. I don't know. XD, yeah. Stupid game. Oh, it's great. It's I had some pizza, some leftover pizza that my wife brought home. It was great, tasty. Really enjoyed that. I'm trying to read what they're writing, but shit. Is that shit? As in shit? Shit. I think X Nova just wrote shit. Oh, they're drawing. They're not very tired. They're fine. Look at them. They're ready to go. They're scribbling. They're having a good time. These guys they gotta do the battle, eh? They gotta make their way through open qualifiers in the regionals. Because they replaced Kang with Ben back in January, so it's Looks like they're not going to do any shenanigans here with their Juggernaut or their Luna. Well, in terms of lanes, no shenanigans. Sorry. Right. Okay. Makes sense. I was actually thinking about OD Sport the other day. Could it work? Like, could you actually do it? And I decided the determining factor is simply Astral being the level. The cast range is too brutal, you know? I was thinking maybe you could be Shadow Demon essentially, but then utilize like max the aura, and then you're just like this crazy aura fountain that walks around, but it's not quite good enough, guys. The cast range is too bad. This is why Pudge could never be a support until they changed that hook thing. That his hook's just insane at level 1 now. It's so much better.
The battle begins.
I mean, it's like 1,000 range though. It's like 5 times the range of Nana. Yeah, so support Omni is something we have seen a couple times down in Southeast Asia now. Not the most common thing. And we'll just bring X-Nova up top and try and zone out Rappy a bit here. So basically you take the Rubik down there, try and get the kill level 1, but if you don't do that, then you just bring him up top and try and work towards this Nyx, who also didn't even start with a Stout, so actually, Rappy, slight punishment here, but I mean, you know, 3 tangos, a salve, not too big of a deal when you have that much HP regen, but, I mean, it's so ugly, who wants that thing? There's so many better Nyx sets. I mean, nothing's ever going to beat that, like, Chinese building one. I don't even understand why people even make other sets for Nyx. That set's so good. It's like a pagoda, or whatever the term is. It looks awesome. Yeah, it is, like, the greatest thing ever. Yeah, you haven't lived. No.
Soldier's fortune. Regeneration.
What a hero. Oh, that's nice.
Let them take this as an omen.
That's a nice play by X-Nova. I mean, we talked about the lack of position 4s that could help rotate and stuff. And when you're that deep, though, and even just Rubik telekinesis, but it's all because of that early point in the Arcane Orb, which we don't always see from OD, of course. But I guess the Tinker, trying to slow him down early. Good choice here by Nana. Yeah, basically he knows he's not going to get help mid. I think too much focus down bottom to secure the Luna's farm instead. There's no way that he can set up for a Slide Eye rotation, so he doesn't even bother like saving the points. Like he's not even spamming March yet, but he still has it skilled up. He knows that it's not going to be rocketing anytime soon, but he can still hold like 5 and 6 points. I'm trying to go for a burst play if the opportunity arises. Like, you don't really need 3 points March for any reason.
Denied. The time.
Ben is in trouble bottom. Yeah, even Glimpse still there too in the end, so no real problems for them. Good setup, just a quick zip out of the trees. Lucid Beam, he thought the sidearm must have been rotating or something. Just, you know, I guess sometimes he got like 3 or 4 last hits before he died, so perhaps he's gonna consider. Ooh. Scary. Gotta be a little bit cautious about those TPs, you know, even level 1 Glimpse. High Soul finds you like that can really hurt your laning stage, but won't get caught out this time. Be allowed to stay.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
How did this happen?
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, sorry. My phone was beeping. Apologies. I know. Okay, it's just dying its way there. So no, we're all good. Actually, it was my brother texted me, and I was worried he'd give me Legend of Zelda spoilers. Yeah, right. Thank you. Oh, he's living. Tried to get in there for the Fade Bolt at the end of the Astral, but not able to find it. So Tinker survives. Continues Reign of Terror. And chased down by illusions. Next Nova. So yeah, things just relatively chill. I mean, we're just kind of waiting for those levels 6 onto Hannah up here. The important one. Probably going to be a gank. I guess bottom, honestly. It's going to be relatively difficult because they have no levels in the rocket. Armel's just thinking about farm. Not going to find any stacks in 7 minutes though, even with like illusions and boombox. So a little bit of a efficiency error there, I would say. Gotta be considering those with your Tinker. No reason not to be stacking with illusions.
It was not your fate.
Denied.
Yeah, more than likely just our next assassin. But he doesn't have the easiest rotation. So like I want to say it's like he'll just start vendettaing stuff, but his lane's getting pushed in constantly from Jug. By the way, Ajit has had a totally free lane. I mean, we haven't really talked about it, but he's just been doing nothing but farming. And it shows in the net worth, but he has no pressures to worry about. Glimpse rotations don't really affect you. So a solid pick for them over on the side of WG. And the group up Ashen for Nana's probably going to start looking pretty scary, right? He'll have his Midas soon, and then once he moves into that first big item, then that's when he's ready to just go with his Omni Knight. So he's mid now. They have a sentry ready for it, though. And that's the idea of the more difficult rotations. Like, level 2 in the Carapace, so kind of hard for him to... Oh, nice stun top on Ajit, but even with all this follow-up, I don't think they can kill him. They would need like the Vendetta damage and like another stun or something. They get half his HP down and his courier still just shows up. Yeah, their initiation is pretty late on the side of Warriors Gaming, right? It's said typical hood first, so looking for that blink dagger. But they're much more about just like the 5-man Dota, and they'll just be stampeding onto your face if you try and contest us at towers. I'm a little intrigued to see what Nano will opt for in terms of his itemization. I don't think it's really a Veil game. Like sometimes we still get to see that every once in a while, but he doesn't have the best allies to utilize it. On the other hand, it does give you a little bit of armor against the Slardar and stuff, so... Oh, nice double stun. That was pretty good. Anna will take up the bounty rune here and just uses Vendetta. Near sentry, but not under... Oh, maybe it clipped? Yeah, it clipped, actually. And you went just past it, it seems. Oh, got him. That's a nice TP. Immediately. But hasted.
My coil runs. I was the harbinger of that.
Oh, Afu bottom.
I sound.
Are you not
The demons of your heart. No more.
Alright, so a little aggressive, but lives. So it's okay.
Bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under
I'm waiting to see exactly what Nana wants to do, honestly. I feel like his item choice is surprisingly important in this game. But I guess overall the pace of the game in terms of what they're going to do won't change too much no matter what he grabs. This is what you'd expect, right? You rotate your position 1 at the safe lane, give a little space to X-Nova. We saw him get super greedy in some of their games earlier today where he had this exact same situation where he had the energy booster queued up, but then he just got all this gold together and bought himself a blink. So not expecting that same amount of freedom though with them having the Luna up here. They're doing their counter pressure, and this is good. They're TPing a lot of people top, too.
It started.
Enough with you.
That was really aggressive for just having a purge creep. Dude. Not that time. Sure I don't, but it's a good decision by Warriors Gaming though. They took their advantage. They send the Juggernaut down bottom. He secures the tower down there, and immediately they're up to defend their top lane. So they're going to be one up on towers. They don't necessarily have to focus this one down, but they force enough rotations up here that they can move themselves around the map. They just need to be cautious about Nyx rotations at the same time. He shows up mid with the Vendetta, but doesn't really have a buddy. There's no Sunstrikes this game. There's no bots yet here on our... Well, there's bots, I suppose, but there's no blink, so we can't, like, be there every time for the Vendetta. You don't have your giant reach of mobility yet. And so it's just like a... Oh, it's just like a bounty hunter, you know what I mean? Like, he's more like information gathering right now than actually killing. Tinker, do you see that? The bots? I guess they fixed it, so the bots animation does do something, because I saw people say there was no thing, but it just puts like a hologram Tinker on top of units. Pretty comical. Yeah, it was like literally standing on its head. He was like riding the catapult.
That should help.
But yeah, WG, I think this Nyx Assassin is going to have a very hard time, honestly. He needs to make big plays with Carapace during these actual team fights because his gank potential this game is just so low. No, of course not. X-Nova, super sneaky here. Oh, X-Nova.
Dire's top tower has been denied.
They win that engagement again. Good rotations. Other side of Warriors Gaming. Gold going to the Juggernaut, and it's 5-man Dota time. There's really no reason for them to start splitting up again. Maybe Ben will take some time to like farm up his Blink Dagger and stuff, but they can just always group as 5, force into objective, bring the entirety of CG there, and then they can just kind of like walk away. So many things on CG prey on being alone, like Tinker and Slardar, even Disruptor with these glimpses, the Nyx Assassin too. But if you just want to start grouping up and using these item advantages that you have, they're going to be very strong. Like they almost have a Dragon Lance on Nana now too.
Death and good are regeneration.
They're coming with the Blink too. Yeah, they might even deny out Ben's Blink here too. This is going to be a big play. They have the Static Storm for rotations and the Glimpse too. Ben's definitely, he should be dead.
Dying.
So much pressure on this Tinker this game. Like, he's the one that can really dictate the movements of Warriors Gaming. And we talk about how, like, their 5-man is very strong, but if you can pull them to the wrong parts of the map and then punish the opposite end with your Luna and then, like, the other lane with your Tinker, then even if they're running around as 5 heroes, you won't be getting kills with your Nyx and everything, but you still have a lineup capable of doing, like, economic growth for your side, so... I think CG are in a pretty good spot here. Warriors Gaming, like, they have the opportunity to win, I feel like, but I do think it is difficult to execute this kind of a strategy where you kind of feel pressure to 5-man, and they'll have that opportunity once Ben does have his delayed Blink after that death.
Double damage. Haste. I was meant to have this.
Yeah, they're gonna smoke up with the Blink Dagger here. Of Ben.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, have to clear out the tower first. Understandable. And they can just end up denying this, honestly. Great timing. Whoa!
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower has fallen.
What? I'm dead?
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Jeez. Dragonlance Dota. I mean, he has 13 armor. It's not that bad compared to. I mean, you're up in the slider and stuff, so obviously it's gonna be reduced pretty heavily. But man,
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
To the black sea.
yeah, I think she definitely would have died if he didn't blink and then crush there. Centaur could have found the angle, so a worthy play.
Tower has fallen.
But this is where they do run into some trouble, right? Like, I think they had it going, because they had that thing where, like, they were stuck mid for a while, because they're trying to do all this march and push, deny the tower, smoke up and everything, and all that while they almost jumped on that OD, right? And had they actually gotten that killed and those rotations come in, you're still fighting strong, but painful when you don't find that, right? Like, all that work that you've been doing with your Tinker and trying to split push and find those opportunities to get a pick off onto an OD like that, and then you fail, is very painful to the strategy overall. So getting a Nana even tank here, it's heading in towards an Athos.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Blessings upon a loyal warrior.
That's actually insane. Holy shit. That is unreal. I mean, involved in fights, obviously. A lot of people dying. 6-0-2, it has a Midas. But, wow. That's like a bad Meepo game levels of experience, though. That's crazy. I mean, okay, mediocre. It's not even bad. It would be like, yeah.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Even gets him towards his Blink Dagger too with that kill. So. And Dota now as well. Have a little bit of time to scout out what the rating are up to.
Middle tower is under attack.
He's fly solo. Spotted under some boards here. Hurricane Pike in one.
Radiant's turret has been killed. Dire's top
In the omniscience.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Nice. Wow. They got so much gold. I think they got 900 gold on Armel, and then another 900 onto our next test here for Hannah Rappy, and then 600 for the Luna too, despite dying. That's like a massive comeback for them, and all starting with a glimpse, or rather a gank onto that disruptor. Just counterplay it. Tinker finds himself a bunch of kills, and definitely showing off the power of Tinker Slider. I mean, it's just like Tinker Bounty. Whole idea of as long as you're corrosive hazed or tracked up, those missiles will find you. The search range is just gargantuan. I mean, if you highlight over it, it's, you know, sometimes it's hard to really grasp how it's huge. It's a good grab for them. And solidify their positioning. I mean, this was always the classic of OD, right? You get a lineup, you 5-man, starting at 20 sub-minutes, you get a couple towers, then you go Roche, and you try and just put a stranglehold on the game that's impossible to come back from. So this is their time. They still have a decent enough lead to do it.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Jeez, they know Armel's here. Oh. I thought maybe they were going to find that one, actually, but... Should give Armel a relatively safe game for sure. Gotta watch those, sometimes you get a little excited, get a stampede going or something like that, and maybe they'll get fortune on a blink, but yeah, for the most part, should be relatively fine. Has his Agnum Scepter finished up whenever he wants to sack his buyback. They're in it for the long haul, right? They have some great high ground defense heroes. Force Staff actually picked up by Hannah here, so not going to save straight for the Agnums. Not feeling that pressure quite yet.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Watch himself here, though.
Radiant's top
I think his
tower
allies
is
are
under
coming for this
attack.
tower.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Haste!
Dire's bottom tower has been denied.
Deny, too. I think he's gonna get it. No. Certainly not. So, excellent grab. They goof a little bit there. I'm not sure. Obviously, we were watching the bottom lane for the most of part of that, so no repels or anything to save them. Sticks around a little bit too long, it seems. Caught out by the glimpse, and very well played by CG. Not only do they have the great high ground, like, you can maybe lose one hero when you're getting those objectives, but the tier 2 top and you lost tier 2 bottom is a very big win for CG. Have Vendetta to lead here as well. Definitely feels like CG weathered the storm. I mean, they knocked down that Aegis. They made it through that early start of the game where WG were starting to get into a pretty scary spot, right? Considering it was that early, it's like 14 minutes, and they're hitting up into close to a 3,000 gold lead. You get a little bit worried, a little concerned, but they weren't able to pressure fast enough. That pick off onto Ben, I think, was really important to slow down his own Blink Dagger, and then the subsequent tower pressure that they had going on, making it difficult for them to 5-man group up around this OD. Delayed the Roche a little bit further. They kept getting their items up, and now they're in a good spot. They have good initiating tools from the Nyx Assassin, from the Slardar, split push from Armel, and the itemization that's going to come out to stop this Tinker is so far away. Like, yeah, they're almost to that point. Once they can close out that last tier 2 mid. See, the vision is really just killing them. Like, double wards here, just in case one of them was to get dewarded, they'll just go for both cliffs. Finding out a lot of what the Dire are up to over here. So Radiant very aware as to what they can and can't do. Let's see, be aggressive, farming things like these Ancients here, all of these neutral camps. Despite the Dire even have a little bit of vision in here themselves. I think very good for the Radiant's chances. I think they're a lot stronger.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
That's just the Spud. The big guy's the red potato. He's like the... Oh, right. Sorry, I forgot about your naming things. Oh, yeah, that's also true. I'll give it. I was thinking like a red potato, but that is true. He's also the tomato, so...
Under attack.
Good ones. Tasty stuff. Alright, let me see this initiation prowess. Now, there's no Aegis. Are we willing to fight? We just want to split push? We don't have a Tinker to lay down some marches, so...
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Can't quite find the Nyx. Maybe disappointed. I'm sure that the bounty's gone. It's the time. Man, they have been dropping those sentries everywhere too, so... try and get some Tinker wards up soon, I'm sure. I think Armel was here and the slider was pinging like, dude, they probably have wards there. You should be careful. Don't want to go too deep in those areas. And we eye up Roche for the Dire side with the gem. Should be able to get some good vision control around the pit. Take it for themselves. The BKB likely to be the determining factor in that engagement for when a Bing shows up. So if they can find the perfect moment for Fly solo, get a good stack, storm off, maybe he can win that fight for them. Net worth negligible difference at this point in the game.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Very well played.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
And got him. All right, stuck around a little too long. I mean, they got the tier 3, but then things went downhill from there. The the Astral is actually so confusing with the glimpse too, eh? Because like, yeah, it cancels it, so it looks like, because they can't actually tell, because it looks stupid for a CG, because they think, oh, he just got repelled right at the end. Like, you can't tell if he just got repelled way back in the backlines, or if he's actually just about to reappear there. So they still have to like bail out of there, or they might have been able to kill the OD. So kind of annoying, but yeah, what can you do? You still wind up where you get glimpse. You just can't really tell when he's going to show up.
Double damage. Battle Fury!
I like that choice. Make him a little bit tankier. Almost tempted maybe to think about a BKB this game. Obviously a horrific item on Juggernaut in most situations, but Eclipse, Nyx. I mean, I can agree. It's just like he's running into a lot of trouble with like his blinds because he has the Manta so often anyway, and then this Nyx assassin just gonna be stunning you up, and he can only repel one person. So it's either gonna be Ben or him, and or Ben. I guess he's gonna buy his own BKB then. It looks like anyway. So there you go. Centaur's tanking the bullet, which means no Lotus Orb, which is also one of those key items that you need against your Nyx assassins and your Tinkers. And your Sliders. Man, this is a sick Lotus game. Holy. I almost want Ben to actually just go Lotus anyway and just suck it up.
Death and gold are linked.
really shows the difference between old Repel and new Repel too. Like, it's great that it can't be purged off, but man, that downtime, it just... I'm always blown away as to how much worse it is compared to the old Repel and the old Omni Knight. That was pretty gay. The ulti, and then he just runs high ground. Gets the Aghanim Scepter. Scepter War Runner, what a hero. That was some good stuff. So CG battle their way back in this game and then throw it on a high ground push, lose another fight. Now Roche. Warriors Gaming have a sizable lead here, Annie. Oh no.
Sean has fallen to the dire.
Time.
No, it's certainly not tap out range yet, of course. I mean, they haven't even lost their tier 3s yet. We're still chilling with shrines. We'll be okay for now, but it's certainly a little bit worrisome.
Haste.
No, I'm talking about rating. It's fine. It's basically like you have the Aegis on Ajit, which is great. So now you can focus your repels onto whoever you want from Afu, at least for the beginning. Just make sure you have one ready for when he comes back up, or at least try and siege as long as possible with repels here too, of course. Decent tower hitting damage. Nice Manta! Holy shit. Was that intentional? He Manta'd that.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's bottom barracks are under attack.
I'm in good repair.
Dire's bottom barracks has fallen. Dire's bottom barracks are under attack.
Back in. Ooh.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, they're gone. So they win the fight. They get the buyback on the Tinker. They still have it, right? Yeah, they still have Aegis. So they can just regen back up, get all their heroes, have the Stampede ready to go, and everything's all set for there. But, oh, well, goddamn, a Bing! That Manta, though. That was actually so sick. Like, the game should have just been over. It was just like Blink Stomp from Centaur and just Manta. Dodge that thing out.
I was meant to have this.
Yep, good choice this game. I think that's usually what we go for. I mean, 8% just feels so lackluster compared to that skill. But really helps for sustained pushes. It's like fights that happen consecutively. And 2 minutes to go here on this push. And bottom Boombox is trying to split push. It's actually quite fine. I mean, these guys beat KB in seconds. Ready to whip this one out. See if he gets an actual chance. Yeah, I'm purchased up here as well. looks like they're not committed to running down with this Aegis. Ain't gonna happen. They want the MKB perhaps first onto Ajit. Tired of this blind. Can't handle it anymore. Wants to just kill some heroes. I can agree with that.
Blessings upon a loyal warrior.
I'll take that as tribute.
Just a good scythe is the biggest thing from Armel. He can do so much, but you saw last time they just kind of killed everyone else, which worked out pretty well. Like, even though he was remaining, he can't actually just go in solo and do it all on his own. If you're just standing there and trying to rearm, someone will mess with you. So. Snap finished up here. They continue. Oh, Glimmer quickly from X-Nova. It's on the run. Where's their gem? Just pushing top, but there's a lot of pressure coming down the bottom lane. 4:30 until Roche. So 1, 2, 3, 4.5. So a minute and a half into our time there. Not bad. Oh, yo, that Omni cape. That is hilarious. He's got like the Omni Knight cape. It's like the little Omni symbol. It's great. Slacks will be proud. No, just a glorious cosmetic, Annie. Oh, upping. It's happy butterfly, no longer so happy, of course. Looking forward to watching this MKB in action. I feel like Jug's finally gonna hit people, you know? No more blinds. No more butterflies. All out the window here. Rappy, what did he end up for? He did go for the Yules. He has himself a Ghost Scepter, and he's now at least eyeing up that Aghanim Scepter. But they're still holding tier 3s, so, like, I feel like if you're a Nyx and you've been pressured this long and you end up losing a Rax or something before you get the Aghanim Scepter, you're probably going to be pretty sad. Just think about, like, how helpful it is in those situations, but he just needs that survivability. Can't get comboed up. So that seems to be his plan here. Oh, it's all on you, Boombox. Warriors Gaming just can't quite get a handle on these lanes. They don't want to send someone like Ajit all alone down bottom or anything like that to just get picked off. There is a Blink Scythe, so that's not really an option. And as you pointed out earlier, they still don't have the best way. Like, they have this Aghanims on the Centaur to try and catch out Tinker and stuff, and they've got these wards. Well, actually, it's a Radiant Ward up top, so they don't have any Dire wards. Just Mantis being pushed out here, so I guess Gem's going to work. They're holding 3 wards onto X-Nova, but they need to find some way to catch out this Tinker. But I'm not sure how you do it. You know, he doesn't have his buyback for another minute, and they've had all this time to just... One pick could have ended the game, but Armel's been playing very well. Not getting anything off that Aegis in terms of like actual buildings is huge. They're gonna try smoke plane now, and this might work because the OD was here. I feel like they need to make like a beeline this way or something. They need to do something that's slightly unpredictable. You can't just be like following behind this OD unless they feel like that's the unpredictable thing, thinking that they'd actually be rotating somewhere else, which could be right. It's like a double mind game in a sense, where this might be the one that actually tempts them into playing a bad fight.
structures are fortified.
Well, at least they've got 2 lanes pushed in now, so they've made their way into the important positioning. 40 seconds left till Roche and Shrines are now open. So big victory there. Spins away, no glimpse. Alright, good play.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Oh!
Blessings upon a loyal warrior.
Healing shock.
That's a fight that look what the Knicks just drew. You see that line? That's a fight that doesn't work anymore. And I think they realize that now. Like old Dota, that fight works. Like you see that as a victorious because you're the hero who has a tinker on your team. But you can see what Knicks drew. He's like, wait, there's this thing now. They can just TP right there. Like we're basically fighting next to a tier 1 in that scenario, but it doesn't feel like it in old Dota, you know? So they just like there's no way you get that kill on the Centaur unless Tinker's actually there. He can't be TPing back to base when you're initiating. I think that was a little bit of an error there from CG, and they immediately realized it too. The battle pass.
Is under attack.
Fear not heresy.
Radiant's middle barracks are under attack. Radiant's middle barracks is falling.
Blinded you with science.
At least he had buyback penalty. What was that? Yeah, maybe a little bit. They will probably get themselves Roche now. They don't have Corrosive Haze, but of course at this point your Luna hits so hard that it shouldn't be a humongous concern. Slow Roche with Scotty. To be fair, it's only like 400 though, because it gets reduced by 60%. He's dead. They lost.
Double kill.
Radiant's middle barracks are under attack.
Storm
Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's bottom has fallen.
Oh, flat out with no buildings versus the world. Tinker's back now. Maybe he can save. Team? That's a team question mark moment, I think.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
That's the joke, Annie.
Radiant's top barracks are under attack. Radiant's top barracks has fallen. Dire victory.
Yeah, that was close to slipping away, I think, a couple times there. Just maybe not finding their earliest game push, but coming online a little bit later once they got some bigger items instead. Like, there was definitely an early game moment where they probably could have gotten a couple more objectives, but CG played it very well in the split push. Utilized Armel really to his maximum potential. He had a fantastic game right up until the end, of course, where he just got caught out enough times in fights, but that was just good focus by WG, so... overall, I think both teams played very well, played their lineups to their strengths, but WG obviously playing a little bit better there. Shout out to Nana, of course, 18-4 and 12, deserves some praise. Ajit as well, given a free lane top and made the most of it, coming out 11-2 and 18 on the jug with some solid supporting all around as well. Centaur God wins games once more. We'll have to see if they allow it through in the first phase once more, because that Aghanim Scepter is, much like Atrophy Aura, hard to judge how amazing it is, but it's damn good.